Yo, what's up, guys? Hope you are doing all right. Sorry for being late. I said the chat group, I was trying to get into that Beast X Soul, that whatever, if that's whatever that coin drop that was happening right now. So it went live like right as we were going live. So I was trying to do both. Had a couple of transaction swaps fail, but I think we just got in with a small amount. I don't know what happened. I might have done like 0.05 Solana versus 0.5. I don't know. I got to take a look at it. We'll look at it in a second. But GM, happy Monday morning. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining us. This is the Web3 Breakfast. If you are watching on the YouTubes, y'all know the drill. Cover your ears if they're delicate. Smash the like button. We're feeling it. Man, the markets are shitty today. All because of whatever this Chinese AI thing was. What the? Come on, man. Anyway, the YouTube folks, y'all can smash the like. Remember that. If you are watching on X, just tap the heart. You should just do it once. I don't know if that's going to be beneficial to tap it that many times, but thank you for being here. Guys, if you are listening in on the space and you think to yourself at any point throughout the show, you're like, you know what? DeepSeek, thank you. DeepSeek was the Chinese AI thing that fucked up the market. If you are in the crowd watching the show or listening to the space and you're like, you know what, I want to join, just raise your hand, come on up to speak, and that is A-OK with me. That's the whole point. But I hope you all had a great weekend. I sure did. As you guys, if you were at the show Friday, you know that I was headed to Nashville. If you saw any posts throughout the weekend, I went to the Creator Fight League. My wife and I had a chance to go. We had a last-minute date opportunity. My sister babysat for us, so Whitney and I got a chance to go check that out. All three fights we went to see, all winners. We got Andy Savage taking home the dub. We had Bad Anthony representing Squid Grow taking home the dub. And then Jenny Savage, the Tennessee gangster. She was the main fight of the night. That was great to finally meet her. If you guys have been part of the community for a while, you know that she used to hang out with us, and then she kind of got out of crypto and really started getting into more training again for fights and stuff, and she's been doing a lot of that. So it was nice to finally connect with her, have some fun. And then there we go. That was Nashville. My sister is it's her birthday today, so it was nice to little double whammy, have a little birthday celebration as well. So all right, that was my weekend. That was it. I hope you guys had a great one as well. So it looks like I've got $1.49 worth of, man, Mr. Beast or whatever. I fucked that up. That's what happens when you try to buy crypto as your show's going live. You bought $1.50 worth. Whatever. That's the way that the cookie crumbles. Unless that's wrong. It's like it says $1 in my balance, $1.50. I screwed something up. Oh well. Whatever. Or maybe I bought the wrong one. No, because I got it from the contract address. I hope you guys did too. There's my guy Doug coming up. I hope you've been all right, Doug. I know he was trying to get in as well. So we'll see if he got a chance to get in. I'm gonna double check this to make sure that I did get the right one. What's up, my brother? How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, man. Good, thanks. Did you have a little dabble on that thing? Did you?
Yeah. So I was trying to go live as it was happening, and I think I screwed it up because I have like $1.49's worth.
Yeah. So I swapped. I think it was $37 worth of Sol, and it instantly was worth 9 cents.
9 cents. Oh, so no. So I got the right thing.
Yeah.
We got wrecked.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. All right. Well,
happy Monday.
Happy Monday. At least at least we only tried to do a half a Sol. All right. Whatever.
Yeah, is what it is.
I'm done with those shitters, man. Man, this thing I at least thought would like go for a second.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, so did I.
I mean, it had a lot of interaction, a lot of hype. People thought it was Mr. Beast. That was the only reason why I didn't think it was actually Mr. Beast. But man, now I'm getting all their tweets because I set it to like, give me the noties so I know when this thing goes live. Man.
Yeah, I did the same as well. I'm gonna have to get rid of that. Jeez. How's your weekend?
Oh man, it was amazing. I had a great time. Great time in Nashville. Great food, great people, great events, all that stuff. So
Awesome. Glad to hear it.
yeah, what about you?
Yeah, not bad. I did something. I don't know what it was. Geez, it was like I bent over to pick something up, and then I just couldn't stand back up again. This was on, I think this was Thursday or Friday, can't remember. And yeah, just caught something in my back. I've never had that before in my life, and I've been suffering like mad. But last night I went and saw a chiropractor out of hours, and he works some magic, and yeah, I'm moving around again now. But geez, man, you talk about a reminder that you're getting older. Middle-aged man, and you just lock up trying to pick something up off the floor.
Oh man, I remember like one time I just tried to get like a grocery bag or something out of the trunk, and it's same thing. Like you're just like, wait a second, it was like a lump of bananas or something. Like what's why am I crawling on the floor now?
Yeah, crazy, isn't it?
Speaking of, did anybody? I want to talk about this stuff really quick because this like blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. We were hanging out over the weekend, and my sister says to me something about we were talking about conspiracy theories and simulation, all this stuff, and she goes, "Well, think about this. Have you ever in your life seen a neighbor carry groceries into their house?" I'm telling you what, man, that shit blew my mind.
Right. Do you know what? That's mad.
You've never seen it. It's like one of those things. It doesn't exist. Your neighbors don't eat groceries because that's not part. Now, some people, like I tweeted this, and somebody said, "Yeah, like I help them." It's like, okay, well, that's part of your simulation. Is that you've now brought this thing in where you help your neighbor. That's part of your do good for your simulation play.
Yeah, do you know, I'm standing here now. I'm actually looking out of my window, and I can probably see 8, maybe 9 neighbors. Right. I have not seen one of them carrying the groceries in at all.
I'm telling you. Guys, smash the like button. If you have never seen your neighbors carry in a grocery bag, smash the like button. If this is something that you feel like you want to participate in the conversation. So right now, I had my phone off of Twitter for a second. So if anybody was requesting to speak and I didn't bring you up, that's my apologies. I was looking at something else on my phone. But what do you guys think about that? Let's chop this up for a second. Simulation. Possible because again, you've never seen your neighbors carry groceries into their house. What do they eat? If you've never seen it, what do they eat? Well, they just only exist outside in the simulation. Go ahead, Hash. GM, brother.
GM, happy dump and pump, or pump and dump, or whatever it is today. Did I walk into a conversation about trans-dimensional groceries? Because if that's the case, I've always imagined my future having a refrigerator that has a teleportation device like to the grocery store, so I could see it, open the fridge door, and then just get whatever I wanted, and it would come from the grocery store into my house. So maybe they've just perfected this technology and your neighbors have it. Do you live in a rich neighborhood?
Before I answer that, have you ever read the Child's series book? Now, my daughter, we read these books, and I cannot think of. It's like the
Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Harry Potter.
No. It's like this
Artemis
little girl
Fowl.
goes into the refrigerator to the land of fake believe. It's a kind of a funny little book series and
Gregor
stuff.
the
But,
Overlander?
I mean, the people of fake believe gave her the special magnet for her refrigerator so she could like go into the other dimension. Like, so not out of the realm of possibility because like there's parallels between literature and literally what you're saying.
Yeah, I think that's all that's going on. Your neighbors obviously have children's book authors living in their houses who have created a secret dimension portal. It's kind of like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, except it's a refrigerator and less Catholic references.
That's really funny that you say that this weekend because I was raised Roman Catholic. And so we did a lot of church and all that stuff. And so my brother-in-law and we were just like shooting this shit like in the kitchen. And then like this kind of thing came up. And so all of a sudden he starts like reciting some of the things that like the priest would say. And like someone who went to church for many years of their life, like I just like they're in there, right? So I just started saying them out loud too. And my sister was fucking laughing. It was just, funny connection moment there about the Catholic thing. Whatever.
I enjoyed it, and I appreciate your story. Speaking of your weekend, have we talked about KC yet?
Karate Combat?
No. Have we talked about CFL yet?
Not yet. No. Well, I said the 3 fighters that I personally went to go see all won. That was Andy Savage.
My guy Divine Valley also won.
Nice.
Fucking go. Misfits next, baby. Let's see it, Divine.
So I didn't understand the connection between.
Oh, you didn't know it was AT's league?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I could have probably brought you up to speed on that on Friday.
Yeah, no. So now all of a sudden, like I'm hearing like all these guys are just like, and some of the gals like after fights, they were talking about, going to Misfits. And I'm like, what is this about? And I, the guy who started CFL, he responded to a post. And so I saw his thing and I'm like, how it's all the connect. I'm like, holy shit. I didn't even notice that there was that connection to the Misfits. Like that's pretty good.
That guy who got beat up by Darren Till? Yeah, that guy. Couldn't have happened to a nicer dude. Let me just tell you.
Yeah, he like a great presence. Just had a great atmosphere going. I think that whole thing was really cool. It was set in an awesome place. If you guys didn't get a chance to see any of the pictures or stream or anything from it, it was like it's like a honky tonk. It was like on the outskirts of Nashville, which was a great spot. A stage, but it would normally be like where a band was, but that was all closed up, and it was like an old saloony town kind of look and feel. Like it was awesome. It was definitely a good vibe for a Friday night. That's for sure. Friday night fights. So that was awesome. KC, the 3 fights that I bet on KC, boom, 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 won them all. Rashid, oh my God. Why am I messing his name?
How did you manage to watch it? Because my stream went down 6 times.
Because I was going in and out with it, but I was standing there watching. It was kind of annoying. I say annoying as like a first world problem. But I would be like watching the KC fights because it would be exciting, and then something crazy would happen with the Creator Fight League stuff that I was actually watching there present. So it was silly, but I was doing both. I was double dipping. And it was cool. There was a lot of people. Because I was wearing a Karate Combat sweatshirt, and so I had a whole bunch of people asking me kind of about, it was fun. We had a good time.
Nice.
Yeah. So
has anyone else been rugged? 9 a.m. Eastern this Monday morning, or just me and Chains?
Oh, bro, did Brazil rug us this time? What happened?
No, so there was a lot of hype on this Beast X Soul. Obviously a complete ripoff of Mr. Beast. Definitely thought it had a chance to go just like a little bit. I threw a half a soul in, Doug threw some soul in, nothing crazy, and it instantly went to pennies. So
man, that slot machine, she's hitting hard today.
Man, you're getting bent over both ways on the spot positions and on some of these swaps. The port's down big, boys and gals.
So have we? Apologies if we've already covered it. But DeepSeek, do we dare talk about it now?
Let's talk about it. What's up? What is it? I just know it's like some bullshit Chinese AI that sucks worse than ChatGPT, but with a little bit of training, people say it could be better. So I don't know. I'm hearing tales both ways.
Yeah, I mean, so just before the space started, actually, I started looking into it. Yeah, so basically that's all I've learned so far. I don't understand the correlation as to why it's crashing the risk market. Not even just the risk market. It's and I did watch last night. USDT dominance was going up, and I thought, well, okay, that's gonna that's going to affect us. And I made a joke and put in one of the chats. I was like, yeah, short the hell out of BTC. But I was only sort of messing around, and 5 minutes later, bang, down it goes. Like, and then I hear it's it's because of this DeepSeek thing, and there's people saying, oh, this could be the end of the bull run, and like, chill, calm down. I don't even know what it is. But yeah,
so
overhyped.
let's talk
underbudgeted
about it.
AI thing.
So we need to know more about it. What is DeepSeek? Does anybody have any clue? Hash, do you know anything? I see my guy Frank coming up. What's up, Frank?
Haven't heard anything about it till right now.
That's apparently the reason that crypto's dumped today.
It's a Chinese AI, like ChatGPT. Supposedly they can make it cheaper, and faster and better. Supposedly, China's surpassed us in technology now.
Yeah, so one of the big selling points of it that Grok was saying, which obviously must be 100% accurate, is that it requires, like, I don't know what it was, like 300 times less GPU power to operate at like 5x the capacity, and it can actually learn from all the other current large language models, so it doesn't actually need programming like as much as anything else out there currently already has. So like typical Chinese, it can rip off from whatever else is already out there. All these billion-dollar projects, all of their hard work and time or whatever seems like it can just sort of be getting sucked into this DeepSeek AI thing.
And
Maybe this is an ignorant question, but can't all large language learning models learn from other AIs?
Usually only prompted, as from what I can understand, it was only prompted. So like a subject had to be prompted, whereas this one is using what do they call it? Like a popularity, like a search history type thing, to select its own parts of it to learn from. And it doesn't even need to be an open source thing. It can be just it can just use the programs itself. Like, I don't know, yeah, it seemed a bit peculiar to me. But I literally only just started looking at it like 20 minutes before the show.
So interestingly enough, I'm looking through some of this stuff here, kind of getting some summaries and looking at some things. Like, I'm wondering, are we going to see the tech stock market, the tech sector, take a hit today as well? Because that's what it says. Is like global concerns is that like it's going to be tech stocks huge sell-off today, because
potentially when the market opens as well. So like I know Nvidia's already got like more stock sells lined up than they've had in the last 3 years or something, which obviously that's not looking good.
We should be able to find, like, let's look up Nvidia, see if it'll tell us what they are pre-market.
Japan's market fell like hell yesterday. Throughout the night, their day, it fell like hell, supposedly.
So pre-market, it's down 12%. It's currently sitting at 142.62. Pre-market sitting at 125. So Nvidia is going to take a little pop.
It was about 9% when I looked, but yeah, no, that's crazy. Yeah, it was about 9%, I think, when I looked before.
And it's free. It's not, you ain't got to pay for it.
Hey, I know another app that China made that was free that we didn't have to pay for.
TikTok.
That one among many others, but yes.
I feel bad for the idiots, and sorry to say that and be so blunt there, but like when TikTok went, what is happening? What's with all the when TikTok went down, like everybody just started like immediately downloading some, what was the app? It was like some other Chinese based app.
Red Note.
Red Note?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they have a fundamental misunderstanding of how the world works.
Or is it just like a complete addiction to scrolling? I gotta scroll. I gotta scroll.
You can find other places to doom scroll. Sure, it doesn't have the same pop as TikTok. But I don't know that. I think the Red Note thing was more fad. Like, ooh, remember when Trump won the election? Everybody was like, follow me on Blue Sky.
Yeah.
It just seemed like that to me, but with, government interference and foreign entity government interference. Like the logic behind, oh, I'm going to download another Chinese app is to me pretty fucking dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of logic there.
No,
but
I think this is going to create the next technology boom. I think we're about to see technology take off because now they're saying America's behind in technology and China's got us beat and this, that, and other. So I think you're about to see another technology race here.
I think that's really interesting, and I'm interested to see with the integration of AI. And I know that we've got Grok in X, but at some point, are we going to see a new social media that comes up that's bigger and better or brand new, or do you think X is our chosen one? Like we've gone through, for some of us older folks, like we've gone through several iterations of what social media is. Is this our final resting place, or is there somewhere?
I hate to tell you this, but X is a lot more MySpace than it is TikTok.
I remember we had Bebo, MySpace, Facebook. God.
X is
MSN
Facebook
Messenger?
for millennials.
All right.
Not joking. Yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
so
it's like YouTube, like they're boomer apps, like internet boomer, not actually for like 70-year-olds, but the demographic I think on X is maybe crypto Twitter is a bit unfair because we have a younger demographic, but we call it Twitter still because we're old people.
He didn't mean that, YouTube listeners.
Not you, YouTube listeners. You're awful for different reasons.
Shout out to my YouTube people. I love you guys. Smash the like button. Smash it for yourself. Remember, it's like patting yourself on the back for being. You could do anything in the world. You could be anywhere right now, but you're here hanging out with us. So smash the like button. Don't be stingy.
And hey, Twitter people, you guys are just notoriously terrible at retweeting and liking and commenting on the space. I just put the first comment in the space at 9:25. You're slacking down there. Absolutely slacking.
Slacking, man. Well, I appreciate you picking up the slack there, Hash. That means a lot. One other thing that I like to check, I got to go to the live video for this. I guess I don't have to. I just go to the post for it. Like, how you tell people to smash the like button over on YouTube. Well, there's like a heart. Like if you're watching the live video, it's kind of, I got a screen filter, so it's tough to kind of see sometimes, but there is a way to like the video. Easy thing you can do to show your support to yourself and your community, because this is a show for the community. Is to tap that little heart ski. I'll do it myself. I know it's kind of faux pas. There you go. See, I liked my own post.
I don't know. I think it's only faux pas outside of crypto Twitter, because I'd never heard anybody say it's weird until I left this circle, and then people were like, "Why do you like your own stuff? That's weird." And it's like, well, if I'm not going to like it, why should you?
That's a decent point.
And can I take a stab at this market shit for a second? Maybe it's not like, maybe we're trying to put the square peg into the round hole. Like, yes, market down, then we look for reasons. Isn't it more likely that these liquidation levels, and again, I don't necessarily condone or promote Marty Party, it was just the first liquidation levels that I could find. I don't know. It seems a lot easier of an explanation to me than like the sky is falling. Isn't it just market makers liquidating long positions in the market?
I mean, I do kind of agree with you, especially same with the Marty Party thing. But like, he just seems to be there with the liquidation levels. So I too share his. I just try not to admit it too much.
I mean,
I'm not promoting him. It's just nobody else puts the content out, and I don't have it myself. But if you aren't familiar with liquidation levels, basically, assholes who are gambling on crypto like me and J-Chains, when we do leverage positions, you can see it in the order book. And what market makers like to do is when people are over leveraged, like 100x leverage, they like to sweep it, right? So they'll push the price down or up depending on what you're doing, to collect your liquidation level. So they'll liquidate you basically on purpose without doing it illegally, although questionable at best. But it happens all the time. And I just, leverage trading is such an important part of the market that we don't talk about. It really impacts that first 2 to 5% move before people start selling off. Because like this isn't people selling their spot positions at 102,000, or they would have sold them last week or 2 weeks ago, right? Like this to me seems pretty much leverage trading focused.
Look, so
This particular.
So to back up what Hash is saying right there, and listen, I agree with you, and I'm not like a huge leverage trader. I like to do a lot of little transactions, right? And you guys know that. But the whole idea of what you're saying is right, and you can use this even as a trader. You can use this tool your advantage. Like I would expect, like 100% would expect that the next move is going to be back up towards 108,000. Because if you're watching the screen, if you were watching the live stream, you see this yellow line right here down here that just got taken out, right? That was a lot of leverage. Like it is at this point, it's showing that it was $250 million right there at that particular dollar amount, right? Like right now, you've got $250 million at 107,475.20, right? And you got a shitload more around it. There's probably several $1 billion right there. Like I would expect 108 should be the next target. Go up and clear that up. Now we'll see what happens. You know, the bears might be scared, or now that those longs are wiped out below, those short, like the liquidation at 107,000 is anybody that went short, right? So now you got to rip it up there to liquidate those people, or at least scare those orders off the books. And then from there, it's just a fucking game, right? And he's right. Hash is right. Like it's not illegal for them to do liquidation flushes, and you see that shit all the time. Like the unexpected rips down or up with a long wick. That's call them scam wicks for a reason. That's what it is. So use this CoinGlass website. You can just like Google search or whatever you use for your search engine. The Bitcoin liquidation heat map. It'll take you to CoinGlass, and you can actually. And I know this sounds stupid, and maybe it was an update. I don't know where you couldn't change it, but now you can look between Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Doge. There's way more coins, like a fuck ton of coins, that you can look at to see where the liquidation levels are. So let's look at XRP. This is XRP as a symbol on the weekly. I mean, this doesn't really show a whole lot of data, to be honest with you, for XRP. It's not as high, not as much as like say Bitcoin, showing $5,000 worth of liquid. What chart is this? How's there only $5,000 of liquidation at $3? That just doesn't seem right. Something's off with this. That's why you only ever use Bitcoin, I guess. Bad example.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right at all.
No, those numbers weren't adding up. Let's see. Let's check Ethereum. Okay, so this might be a little bit better. So, like for instance, you got $5 million worth of liquidation at 3,423.53 right? So that seems a little bit better than $5,000. The XRP numbers don't seem correct, and I wonder because you can make it like when you go on the pair, like for instance, like you could say, all right, I want to look at the look at the Binance, Bybit, Gate, BitGet, all that stuff. So you've got different pairs that you can check. So if you're looking at specifically for your exchange, I was looking for Femex, but I don't see it on here. Anyway, so if you trade on Bybit, you might have a different looking chart, but it's going to be more accurate to what you've got on your exchange. So I would use this as a tool. I mean, it's not an end all be all, but if you see a fuckload of leverage liquidations up top, like at 103,000, you got 55 million on this particular exchange. Like I'm sure that they would like that money, and so a quick rip up never hurt nobody. Manipulation, baby.
Except us.
What's that?
Never hurt nobody except us.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying from their perspective, is what they think, right? Because they're trying to make a couple mil.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
And I get people will, people will get in and out of trades, and they'll, hopefully catch it or whatever. But that's just, I just use it as like a tool. That's all. It's not the, it should not be your end all be all. But
have you checked Boost?
God, yeah, dude, my $1.49 is up to $7.04. Let's go.
Really?
Wait, $9.33 now? No, $7.04. I guess it was up and then it went back down a little. Hey,
I think 9.33 is the time.
You know what's funny is that it is 9:32, but the bag did go from $9.33 to $7.04 right before our eyes at 9:33 a.m. Call it fate. Call it, I don't know, destiny. Call it what you will. But I think we got rugged.
It's Monday, baby. You can call me anything you like.
It is Monday. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Hash, did we talk about your weekend? Did you do anything fun?
I went for a couple drives with the baby, and participated in a game of Spaces, Dungeons and Dragons. That was interesting.
How do you? Is it everybody who was on the stage was like participating in the game? Was it an online game or like an IRL game?
It was an online game that, again, loosely based on D&D that this guy named Atlantis puts on. Yeah, interesting.
Nice. There you go. Anybody else? Anybody else want to? Rug Stop. What's up, fam? How are you?
I'm all right, thanks. How about yourself?
Oh man, you're here just in time. Doug and I got rugged.
I heard. Yeah, not a good start for a Monday, but I'm sure you guys will make up for it.
That's the goal. We just got a little extra work to
That's
do.
the goal, absolutely. I just wanted to say, you were mentioning earlier about your neighbors not seeing them bringing in their groceries. I did have an answer for it, but obviously you guys were talking, so I didn't interrupt. But I think it's probably because they love pizza, so they order pizza, right?
See, now that's another
I
thing.
I like it.
And I love this. You know why? And same thing like pizza. And you see, like I've seen neighbors get food deliveries like Uber Eats and stuff. And what I believe, like, because we were talking about that, what that is then is that's your what is simulation, right? And that's your influence as to why you then sometimes order, because you're like, oh, like I'll just get DoorDash. Like it comes to our neighborhood, like we'll just get DoorDash. That's just part of your simulation. You're not watching them bring in groceries. Pizza and food delivery is not groceries. That sways your decision. The delivery service, when you see that Uber light come on to your neighborhood or that pizza thing on top of the car, man, that just helps you with your simulation. That's all that is.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I appreciate you adding that to that, because I think, honestly, I wasn't such a firm believer in all this simulation theory. I honestly thought that what we're doing right now is really constructing the simulation. Like bringing in AI, building the metaverse, all that stuff. Like these were all the code words for we're building the simulation, not that it's already been built. But when you start to say stuff like that, like I'm 42. And when I think about it, you would probably start remembering stuff at what, about 10 or 8, whatever. So let's say 10. So 32 years. In 32 years of my life, I can honestly say, unless I'm crazy, I've never seen a neighbor carrying a bag of groceries.
Wow. Yeah,
you're a really bad neighbor.
No, listen, and I've driven through, we can even extend it to all of the neighborhoods that I've ever driven in. I've never seen someone carrying in groceries. And I look around, I will tell you.
I don't think you're paying attention.
Dude, I would be a really good detective.
You're not aware of your surroundings.
You listen to me. I'm going to tell you something. This is very serious now. I would have made a very good detective. I'm extremely observant, and like I'm one of those people that, like, you look around the room, you see, and somebody asks you, like, what'd you see? And I will tell you what I saw. I will forget it shortly thereafter, but I like, as long as it's like in the moment in this kind of thing, I'll remember it forever. And I've never seen a neighbor carrying groceries my entire life, and I know for a fact that none of you have either, unless somehow that influences your simulation. And I think let's go to places like New York City, where you might be walking up the stairs and you see someone else carrying a bag of groceries, but it's got the Zingones logo on it, or whatever market that you like, Citrella or whatever it was, right? And so that affects your simulation, because then that reminds you, oh, I gotta go get a loaf of sourdough. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Ash.
So you never been outside playing and as a child and seeing your neighbors bring in groceries and go help your neighbors take in groceries? Like you never been? No, you were a boring child. You stayed inside.
What do you
No,
mean? I never helped a neighbor carrying groceries. I would be playing.
you're a terrible neighbor.
But then I never saw him carrying. They never carried in groceries. That's the thing, because it's not real.
Because you didn't want to help.
It's not real.
Oh, this is crazy. But I got to ask one thing, J Chains.
Yeah.
You know, you said you're going to be a good detective. Would you be as good as Columbo?
Maybe. I mean, he was pretty cool. I hope that I could
Yeah.
probably compete with Columbo, but you never know.
Maybe if you put that long coat on, raincoat, you'd pull it off.
Yeah.
I think you'd look. I think you've got the height for it as well.
I don't know about a raincoat. Like, I'm just not really like a trench coat kind of guy.
Ray Charles would have been a better detective than J. Chains.
Shut up. Ray Charles lied. No, Stevie Wonder lied about being blind, right?
Wow.
We don't know.
Somebody said
But
something
there's
about like
rumors.
him catching a mic. Wasn't there like somewhere he like caught a microphone or like looked at the right direction? Yeah, some weird thing. I don't know.
There's a lot of clips of celebrities talking about it. Yes.
That would suck to have to fake to be blind your whole life. Like you get caught like up in this lie, and then all of a sudden like you go become like super famous, and you're like, fuck, I gotta be blind my
So
whole life.
the way it works is sometimes like they're not like completely blind, right? Like they're still able to see like some shapes or something. You know what I mean? Shadows and shit.
I don't mind that. Hash, go for it, brother.
Permission for a little runway here, J Chains.
How much runway?
3 minutes.
Sure, of course. It doesn't matter. I was just wondering.
All right. Hey, Rugstop. First time interacting with you on a space. Just wondering, what is it that you do exactly to stop rugs?
Oh well, I'm still learning on that. I'm just basically trying to expose people that are rugging, you know, specifically on Telegram. I do sort of like go to different groups and different projects to see how they are performing. And because I got rugged last year about $10,000 in total, and that was within 6 projects simultaneously. And most of them, 3 of them were Chinese projects. One of them was a Turkish project, and I think one was a European project. And yeah, it wasn't a very good experience, obviously, because I didn't during obviously the bear market, I didn't invest into anything, and obviously when it did sort of like slightly pick up and everything, and Solana was obviously the main arena, you could say, where people were making the money. So I thought, let me give it an opportunity, and 6 projects in a row wasn't a very good experience at all whatsoever. One of the projects, it was basically they had a partnership with L-Bank Exchange. L-Bank Exchange verified that they were going to be onboarding the project, and they had paid $250,000 to them and everything. And everything seemed to be bullish. More people started injecting more money into the project and everything. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, the project announced that L-Bank is requesting more money. So I then went to L-Bank and then explained to them, look, the project owners and the CEO are stating that you are demanding more money. We have been told by the CEO of the project that you have received the funds already. So are you demanding more money? They stated that they aren't. And as far as they're concerned, the project should be onboarding, you know, the following morning. There was a statement by the project insisting that no, L-Bank are still going to be demanding more money. And then you could imagine that the price of the token was dropping, but there were multiple wallets. When you checked on the bubble map and everything, multiple wallets were just going into one exchange. And it was basically the owners of the project that were just rug pulling everybody. And they basically, the market cap went to 18 million. And yeah, basically they just started draining it systematically, claiming that they were going to relaunch and everything. And then within 2 days after that, they basically just shut the Telegram group and just, I think, well, as you can guess, moved on to the next thing and obviously, hide the identities. And I obviously just from there, I sort of like created Rockstop and was just telling people, look, if you've got any stories to tell me or share or anything like that, I will post them on Twitter. But obviously, not many people seem to be interested at the moment in exposing rugs unless they really, really want to. But it's difficult to get people. I mean, I went into the group, tried to interact with them, but it's like the community don't really care. They just want to basically take the risk and gamble at things. I mean, there was a project in 2021 called Quant. That project reached 2.3 billion market cap. It was stable for a good 6 to 8 months. Even during when Luna crashed, it went down to 1.6 billion. But that project was backed by the Emiratis. The chairman of the Emirati airline was part of that project, and he hired some people and everything. And that project now is dead. It basically got rugged after a year and a half later. And when I went into that group and I asked the community, what went wrong and everything, it's like they weren't really bothered. But people lost millions. I know a friend of mine that had invested 250k in that project, and he held on. He did make some money back from the staking and everything, but obviously, his initial investment that was in there that he held his tokens in, that vanished. He was still at a loss of $50,000. But it seems to me that sometimes communities are not really too bothered about being rugged.
Why do you think that is?
Individually, I guess people are, but when you ask the community to support you to say, look, let's expose them, let's do what we can, nobody's interested, unless you are personally affected deeply and you've probably lost thousands of dollars, then it's a different matter. But it's difficult to get people to speak and message you and tell you about it, and because people just like to move on and forget about it. I guess that's the experience that I've experienced anyway. I could be wrong, but that's my experience.
I appreciate that. Thanks. Sorry, it was a 5-minute runway. Get a chance.
Oh, dude, you're totally fine. I think it's a great, great conversation that we can have. And, to your question, like, why do you think people just will move on and accept getting rugged in this space versus talking about it? I think that's a great question, and probably a much deeper answer than, psychologically or psychologically. Yeah, whatever. Go ahead, Doug.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, like, for example, I myself, when I got rugged, I mean, I'll give you an example. My first rug, because I got into crypto in 2020. I bought Bitcoin through a platform that claimed to be trading Bitcoin. And I spent £3,500 of Bitcoin at that time when Bitcoin was £8,000. So I got into it. I sent my details. They told me to open a Binance account. I opened a Binance account, and then I sent them my Bitcoin to them. And then I had this app that I had to download from them. And basically, I was seeing the chart and I was seeing my Bitcoin grow. And then I thought, okay, let me take some profits. Every time I tried to take some profits out, it wouldn't let me. Then I would contact them, email them. They would ring me, call me, tell me, oh yeah, you have to hold on for another 2 weeks before we can release the funds. This went on for 3 months. So the price of Bitcoin going to like 40,000. And I thought to myself, bloody hell, man, how do I get my money out? Then obviously I did some more investigation, found out that it was a complete scam. The platform and the app that I was using was just a complete lie. They had basically already had stolen my Bitcoin that I had sent to them. Mm-hmm. And I basically I contacted Binance, told them, look, this is the situation. They told me that they would put a block on the account where I sent the Bitcoin, and they would block it for 2 weeks. And they wanted me to get a crime number from the UK police force. I live in the UK, by the way. And I contacted the police, spoke to a CID officer. He told me I need to contact the cybercrime unit. Spoke to the cybercrime unit, explained to them everything. I had phone calls recorded. I had emails. I had Telegram messages, everything I provided to them. And they refused to give me a crime number, which would have allowed me to get my money back from Binance, who said that if you get a crime number, we will take the funds out of the Bitcoin that you sent to them and we will give it you back. But the cybercrime unit in the UK refused to give me a crime number, and I could not get my money back. So that was my first initial experience in crypto. However, obviously, from then on, obviously, I made some money with SafeMoon. Luckily, I got out at the right time. But then after that, obviously, got rugged quite a few times. And I was willing to communicate with people and share my experience and say, look, we need to be a lot more intelligent and need to be a lot more sharper when we are giving away our money. Because I mean, if you look at it, I mean, if I came to any of you guys who are here, who are listening to this conversation, and I said to you, give me £2,000 or $2,000, you'd basically laugh in my face. But yet we blindly are more than willing to give money to somebody who we can't even see. Some of them don't even talk to you. Everything is done via typing, right? Some people will engage and you're able to go into a VC or a meeting and things like this. That's fair enough. But obviously, every time it's always a risk. I mean, reputation at the end of the day is everything. So you're right, Jay Chains. It's really, really strange why people are not willing to talk about it more openly and explore ways of how rugging can be stopped. But I suppose one of the things I probably have noticed is greed, isn't it? Greed overruns sometimes, certain right decisions, right? You override the decisions of doing the right thing, and you think, well, if this is a risk I'm willing to take, then I'm willing to take. But mind you, the projects that I did enter into, I did talk to the people. Before I did invest in it, I basically interacted with them. I basically wanted to do a bit of research behind them and everything. And they planned it quite well. They did actually elaborate a lot of the things and a lot of the vision. They sent the white paper over, made videos and all of this. They did all the right things. But then again, sometimes you fall into that trap, right, of knowing that even if these people are legit, there's always that risk, right? But, I suppose it's just one of those learning curves at the end of the day, It's difficult, but that's what it is. That's the journey of crypto, right?
It kind of is, and it's unfortunate, but it's I would say for some strange reason, sometimes the cost of the education is really what makes you better at the whole game of what this crypto is. And I know that it sucks, and to even say that, you gotta take your lumps in order to figure it out. It just you can say all these things, right? Until you get rugged, until you buy into a Mr. Beast coin that instantly goes to, I'll tell you what, it's back up to $7.51. Let's go. It was, it's like 6x while we were on the show.
Congratulations.
I know I'm down 90%, but it's 6x while we were on the show. Let's go.
Well, let's hope it goes back up again for you guys, man.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it was a half of a soul, so it's not, it's what was it, like $100 and something bucks, like, so it's not, it doesn't kill the portfolio. I'm trying to do this like 50 to 500 Solana challenge, so I think I got a ways to go, but we're moving up the numbers, so that's good.
I'd like to ask a question though to you guys. What did you guys actually think of the Trump token and the Milena token, and how do you think that how they went about it? Do you think it was a good thing what they did or a bad thing? Because obviously, if you looked at CoffeeZilla's video, he basically, as far as he was concerned, he said that it was a complete scam. What do you guys think?
Well, CoffeeZilla, his opinion sometimes is a little different. I know, was it no, it was Zach XBT is the one who just like rugged his coin for like 4 million or whatever. So that all these guys, like, who cares? At the end of the day,
let's be specific with our language. He didn't rug his token.
He sold his portion or whatever.
He one-sided liquidity the token that people created so he could make money. Not that I'm defending Zach, but that's different than rugging his.
He did exactly what he accuses and trashes other people for doing. Like, he literally did the exact same thing. So his credibility is out the fucking window. Good for him. He made a several $1 million. Good for him. At the end of the day, the Trump token, I think, was fantastic for crypto and DeFi, and there were a lot of things that we could use from it and take from it and build from it. And when we talk about adoption, mass adoption, all that stuff, right? Lessons learned, best practices, all that shit. I think that right or wrong, whatever you guys think, that was great for crypto, especially coming from who it was coming from, right when it was coming from. I think the moment they dropped the Melania token, that's when shit got fucked up. And you know that
I agree with you.
that was a bitter woman who said, "You launch my token now, or I'll be pissed at you."
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, if they didn't launch the second token, I think it would have been a completely different story.
I agree with you. Like 100%. Like that thing diluted the whole idea of what it was. Like there was no need for a Melania token, and maybe legally it had to have been, especially if it is connected to World Liberty Financial. I'm not really sure. I do know that they've taken credit for the money that they were able to make, so I'm sure that there is some relationship there. But at the end of the day, the whole adding the Melania thing, legally or not, you know, right when it did, to dilute the whole idea of kind of the meaning of meme coins, what the significance of Trump coming in, the administration, all that stuff, that was cheapened at that moment. But you know, that's just how I feel about it. What do you guys think?
I mean,
I'm with you completely on that. It was just, the Melania thing just completely ruined it. Like,
100% agree with you, Doug. Yeah.
Hash, what about you? What do you think?
I mean, I don't have the information on my fingertips, but it definitely was launched by the company that the company that Trump theoretically owns, that owns World Liberty Financial, like whoever the parent company is, definitely launched it. Both of the tokens, I believe. There's no way that wasn't the plan. You know, they can't just whip up a token. I mean, they could, but I'm guessing they didn't whip up that token in 24 hours for Melania. So it was always the plan to drop it. Was it ill-guided? Maybe. You know, in hindsight, had they stopped and been like, okay, let's pivot, probably better. But I think all it said is like, hey, we're legalizing crime. that to me is like all it said. I think that's why Coffee had such a weird, visceral reaction. Like he was like, oh, I guess what I do is just not important because the president of my country has decided that fuck me.
I mean, now you think, okay, so let's unpack it a little bit more. I said that it was kind of good for crypto, good for the exposure, good for the mass adoption, but let's look at now what's happening in the meme coin landscape. Like we have seen, that was a liquidity suck, and the continuation of that just continues to happen with every single, and I know that coins were launched every day, but now it's like you got 45 fucking derivatives of every shit coin that's being launched, so nobody even knows what to jump into because there's too many fucking options of these bullshit scams. But that's why you always got to hit the CA from the source that you're trying to get it from. And then we did that today, but we still got rugged. But I will tell you, 863 now, we've now 7x'd from our initial 99% down.
So the telegrams just disappeared for that. And if you look at it on Dex Screener, it doesn't show anything now. It just says contract created. Doesn't say anything about it.
Oh shit! I wonder if we can even swap out of it.
So J-Chains, have you checked out Nathan's liquid NFTs? You know, the alphas have been made public now for public sale.
Oh, really? I'll have to check that out. I did not.
Yes.
Nathan and I need to chat. I know we were text messaging on WhatsApp maybe a week and a half or so ago. I need to reach out to him though.
Yeah, 108 of the alphas have been sold already.
Nice.
And marketing is starting this week. Full swing for the alpha collection. If anyone is curious about it, please do check out Liquid Finance. I will send. I will send the detail. I think J-Chains, you have the details, right? Or do you want me to send the details?
I'm sure that I got them. I can dig them up. Well, I'll reach out to Nathan anyway, and I'll get the most recent.
And they're basically $2,000 for an NFT, but you will receive a rev share. For every $1 million in volume, you will make $15. And obviously, within 3 or 4 months' time, they're expected to have somewhere in the region of like 20 to 40 million of volume. So I mean, it is going to be a lucrative thing. Obviously, I'm sure people do know Nathan Hill is someone quite known in the crypto space. You know, he is the owner of Crypto Magazine. His magazine is published in 23 countries with over 650,000 subscribers. So he knows what he's doing, and he's a very, very sharp gentleman. So I think he'll definitely make a success of it. And I do believe in his vision anyway, because I've seen how he talks and how he communicates with people, and is a very good business mind. And obviously he's got a very good business background as well, you know, in the real world. So I think he'll definitely make a good success of it.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna reach out to him, like I said, and we'll probably get him on the show to talk about it now that if everything's live. It'd be a good time for him to come back on and talk about it, and the community can hear all about it. And you know, because I know he's been here, and you know, when we were doing the Monday shows brought to you by Crypto Mag, you know, he was talking about it a little bit, kind of throwing some you know, some hints and some alpha here and there. But now that it's live, it'd be great to have Nathan on and have just like a full dedicated show about it, so people can ask their questions, get their information, do their research, all that kind of stuff straight from the source. So,
oh, brilliant! Yeah, looking forward to that.
Cool. Very good. Well,
actually, Jay Shanes,
yo,
sorry to a question for you regarding now, honest opinion, even from the panel as well, if anyone is interested in this. Did Elon Musk actually do a Nazi salute? Because everyone was saying yes, and then you've got other people saying no. What's your opinion on it?
To be honest with you, I don't really care. I don't know. I mean, like, if you were to analyze it, like, it kind of looked like it, but he said then that wasn't what he was trying to do. So we have seen several world leaders throughout this whole ordeal with pictures of them doing the same thing. So it seems like it's probably just something when someone puts their hand over their chest to be like, you know, I know that I've done this, like, in the show, when I've seen myself in the camera, which is like, from my fucking heart to you guys, like, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Like, you could, like, taken out of context, you take a still image of it, somebody could misconstrue it as that. But I honestly think it's just like a gesture from, like, literally someone who does this stuff, like, who says, like, from the bottom of my heart, this means so much that you guys are here. Thank you so much. Like, that motion would look like that, but that never is the intention. So taken out of context, I'm sure. That's what I think.
Yeah, my opinion is he didn't intentionally go to do that. Unfortunately, he's, you know, I think he acts before thinking a lot of the time, as a lot of us do, especially in that environment. I mean, the excitement must have been overwhelming. It's just unfortunate that it looked like that, and yeah, I don't think there was any ill intent either.
Cool.
Well, Hash, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. The amount of rhetoric that I've seen around it is a little wild, but I'm not surprised. I mean, spotlight is on him, and no, I don't think it was. I think that would be dumb. Even he, I think, would know that. The argument, I think, would be that it's like, you know, it's one of these whistle things where it's like, of course he's going to deny it, but, like, you know, the people who know, wink, wink, you know, they know. Kind of like when Trump during his speech wouldn't, like, denounce the Proud Boys. I'm talking 2016 at this point. You know, similar kind of thing. It's like, did he know? Probably. But I think it was a mistake. And like you said, lots of people in still images have done this fucking movement, and not seeing a lot of complaints about that. However, you know, he probably should be a little more aware. And I understand that he has some issues with that, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day whether he meant it or not. If we're trying to bring this country together, which is the rhetoric that we're hearing, maybe the first thing you do shouldn't be piss those people off even more and make them think that you're a Nazi, again, for unfounded reasons. And I mean, the left was mad at him 2 months ago for being such a supporter of Israel, and now they're mad at him for making a Nazi salute. It seems pretty disingenuous to me, or uninformed.
I'm with you. And there we go. And that is the answer to your question. We will be back tomorrow for more Web3 Breakfast at 9 a.m. So I hope you can join us. I will be back at 4 p.m. Eastern for the Jay Chain Show. We're going to talk about news and numbers, look at some charts, maybe Hash, maybe, just maybe, get ourselves into a leverage trade. So come on by and watch some degens hang out or whatever, however that would go. But I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure that you do smash the like button on your way out, or hit the X if you are watching on or hit the heart if you're watching on X. I knew that wasn't right the moment I said it. But I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. Remember, do something to make yourself great today. And then tomorrow we'll check in, and maybe I'm going to ask a couple of you what you did to make yourself better, or what you're trying to do to make yourself better. Because you guys, you hear it from me all the time, whether it's water fasts or going to the gym or whatever, all this shit that I've tried to do. You guys hear it from me all the time. I want to hear it from you. So I'm gonna be a little AMA tomorrow. Ask AYA, ask y'all anything. I'm gonna ask y'all anything I feel like. But all right, jokes aside, have a great evening, have a great afternoon, have a great morning, and we'll be back tomorrow.